Okay, now let's move on to the associative property. So the commutative property was about order. The associative property has to do with grouping. So addition and multiplication are associative operations because of how you group them does not matter. So let's look at the associative property of addition. So if we have A plus B plus C, but using the order of operations, we do the addition of A plus B first, that's going to yield the same result as if we had added B and C first. That'll give us the same result. So here in this example, I've got some numbers thrown in. So you can see we have the numbers 1, 2, and 3 on either side of the equal sign being added together. But I've put grouping symbols around the 1 plus 2 on the left-hand side and grouping symbols, the parentheses, around the 2 and 3 on the right-hand side. And if addition is truly associative, everything on the left should be equal to everything on the right. So 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 3 is 6. On the right-hand side, 2 plus 3 is 5, and 1 plus 5 is 6. So 6 on the left equals 6 on the right. So it didn't matter how we grouped around addition, it still gave us the same answer. The same is true with multiplication. Whether we do A times B first, and then we multiply times C is the same as multiplying B times C first, and then multiplying by A. And so when we look at this example, 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 3 is 6. On the right-hand side, 2 times 3 is 6, and 1 times 6 is 6. So you get the same answer. So like the commutative property, subtraction and division are also not associative because grouping does matter. So let's look at the non-associative property of subtraction. So A minus B minus C is not the same as A minus, and then grouping symbols B minus C. So again, we've got the same substitutions of 1, 2, and 3 for A, B, and C. And so first, let's do 1 minus 2. So 1 minus 2 is negative 1. That's going to be minus 3. And then we've got 1 minus 2 minus 3, which is negative 1. So over here on the left, negative 1 plus a negative 3, or negative 1 minus 3, is negative 4. And over here on the right, negative times a negative is a positive, and so that's going to be 2. Well, negative 4 is not equal to 2. So, grouping subtraction this way on the left did not garner the same value as grouping it differently on the right. And now let's look at division. So we've got grouping around 1 divided by 2 and then dividing by 3 versus 1 divided by 2 divided by 3. So 1 divided by 2 is going to give us 0.5, and then that'll be divided by 3. And then 1 divided by 2/3, 2/3 is 0.6 repeating. Let me bust out my calculator really quick, just in the interest of time. So 0.5 divided by 3 is 0.166 repeating. And let's see here, 1 divided by 0.6 repeating. That can't be right. Let's see here. Okay, it comes out to 1.5. And so you can see 0.166 repeating is not the same as 1.5. Okay, so division is also not associative. So let's try out these examples using the associative property. So here we can see that these grouping symbols are around 5/13 plus 3/4, and then we're supposed to add 1/4 after that. But because addition is associative, we can change those grouping symbols. Instead, we could write it like this. And what's notable about doing it this way is it's nice to get these two added together first because they already have a common denominator, which will allow us to add these together. So we're going to have 5/13. That's going to be plus 4/4. And 4/4 is going to be equal to 1. And this is going to be 1, but we want it to have a denominator of 13. So we could write 1 as 13/13. So let's do that. Now these have a common denominator, so we can just add the numerators. So this is going to give us 18/13. So that's the improper fraction. If we were going to make this a mixed fraction, this will be 1 and 5/13. Okay, so try this next example. I'll give you the answer. So you should get an improper fraction of 22/15. Whoa, sorry about that. Screen moved. All right, so you should get 22/15 as an improper fraction, and as a mixed fraction, that'll be 1 and 7/15. That should be your answer. Let me know if you have any questions about that.